Hey guys, Dee here. In a previous video, I talked about how I see how gem anatomy works and stuff, and like I did mention at the end that I had an idea for how one could torture a gem to death. If you haven't already seen the video, that's okay. I'm gonna give you a basic rundown of what it's like. Basically, the gem is, well, here's a gemstone. This is the core where the DNA is, and memories are stored around that, kind of like on a disk or something. That's really all you need to know. So basically, the way, if this were how it is in canon, then you could theoretically torture a gem to death if you know where the core is. So let's start out. Let's say you have a gem right here. Here's the facet. Core's around here somewhere. And I guess it's gonna be red. And I'm gonna make the core a little darker. So, you have a gem here, and you need to get information out of this gem, or maybe they committed a crime that the punishment is death by torturing or something. And so a way you would do that is you would just clip off little bits of the gemstone. A few clips probably would be uncomfortable for the gem, but as you get further, basically just rounding the corners, smoothing them out, I don't know, with sandpaper or something, it would become extremely painful for the gem. And of course at this point, probably a gem with a weaker mind would already be begging for mercy and perhaps might have already told you what you wanted to know. But if they didn't, then you can keep going and just clip away at their gemstone until you've cut away a much bigger portion. Take a pretty strong mind or a lot of ignorance to not tell you what you need to, what you're trying to get out of them when you're going really far like this. At about this point, I would say that the gem would still be it would still be able to live if you're done without having to necessarily be healed, though they would have a significant decrease in their own abilities. So, but if you're torturing them to death, of course you would keep going, or if they haven't told you what you want to know yet, and you're trying to get information out of them because you're some evil interrogating gem or something. And so, you would keep on clip away. At about this point, they would probably have a hard time maintaining their physical form, so I guess you would either have to stop and wait for them to adjust, or perhaps you have some kind of technology that can force their gemstone to project a physical form. Either way, they're gonna be in a lot of pain at this stage. Then you keep on going, clipping away bits of their gemstone, clip, 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 chop, something. And then, by this point, the gem would probably be pretty close to death, and without something to force them to maintain their physical form, they would probably poof by this point. So you'd have to take a break and continue later, and do something with all the pieces of them, I guess. And then still haven't gotten all the information out of them, you can keep going, and if you were ordered to execute them, you keep going, I guess. Just keep on going until you've basically obliterated their gemstone. By this point, the gem is by this point, in an older gem, you might be starting to cut into memories and stuff, and an especially old gem, you probably would have done that around at this point here, but in like, I guess a gem who isn't excessively old, you would start cutting into memories around this time, so unless you intend to kill the gem, you would have to stop here, because after this point, the gem will likely lose whatever information that you want to get out of them. But if they're a younger gem, and thus have less memories and stuff stored, you can theoretically go a lot further, like cutting it really close here, like close to the core, though the closer you get, the less likely they'll be able to maintain their physical form. So at this point, you've got the bare minimum for them to really be a person anymore, and so at this point, you either keep clipping until all you have left is the core, which is, like, if you want to cause them intense pain to the end, or if you're done with them, you just right through the core, and then the gem is dead. The gem has been tortured to death. And so, there you have it. That's how you can torture a gem to death. Sorry for the creepy video. I just felt like doing that, and I felt really enthusiastic about this idea for some reason. Which is kind of creepy, but eh. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!